Got some rice I'm going to cook up because I got this nice Savoy cabbage that I'm going to do some nice stuffed cabbage. And then, okay, so we're going to start out with some about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to melt that in the pan. I'm going to chop up this onion, throw that in there, let that saute for a bit. And then we're going to add this nice Italian arborio rice to that mixture. Take a little longer for it to melt, but it's more even heat. And you don't have to worry about it sticking to the bottom of the pan. So we'll get that going. Okay, so the arborio rice, we're going to put about 1 cup. That's just about all I had in that container, so that's good. I'll just be able to finish that up. Okay, so you can see those onions are starting to stew up nicely. And well, so that butter doesn't burn, we're going to add some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Just about 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. What we're going to use is from our sauce that we made, meatballs, mashed up meatballs with cut up some lamb, and the nice sauce there with some, it's got the garlic. We're going to add a little more garlic. Okay, so now we're going to work on the other half of the stuffing that's going to go with the rice. I got a couple of meatballs in here. This is the best thing about having gravy, Italian gravy, and I got a nice piece of lamb in there. I'm going to mash up the meatballs, and I'm going to chop up that piece of lamb. Okay, just so you can see what's going on here, you can see that rice is just about absorbed all that broth, so we're going to add some more broth. What I have going on here is I got some more hamburg. I had an extra patty in the fridge, and I got a couple of hot sausages, Italian hot sausages. I'm going to chop those up and put them in the mixture. Okay, so we're going to add our sausage to the pan in here. Alright, so what we're going to do is, see this nice pan that's got all that drippings in it? We'll keep that in there. And we're going to grab a little of this olive oil and just add a little bit of that to there, the pan. Okay, and just a little splash of this broth. Okay, I'm going to get that going. Alright, and I'm going to let that clean up all that nice drippings in the pan, pick that up. And then we're going to get a little bit of this Captain Morgan spiced rum, because we want it to have a little sweet flavor to it. So the rum is got sugar in it, a little spiced sugar. And my cousin David wanted to know exactly when does this Captain Morgan spiced rum come into play. So now you know, Dave, it's going to go right in that once we add it. Okay, I'm going to add a little. There we go. That's a fire. That just burned off. Just a little bit more. Okay, one more time. There we go. Get that burned off nice. Get rid of all that alcohol, and what we're left with is the nice spiced sugar rum that's in there. And where would we be without garlic? So that's next. Oh, you can only smell this right now with that spiced rum with the garlic. Okay, and we're going to lower it. Get the nice garlic going in there. Now we're going to get the chili ready to add into that mixture. And then we'll chop that up and put it in the sauce. Okay, so we got the nice chilies here. We got the seeds over there all cleaned out. It's okay if you got a few left over in there. It won't hurt any. A couple of little seeds won't hurt anybody. Especially the hot peppers. And we're going to add those in there. Okay. And we'll get this started again. And keep it on low. At this point I might want to add a little bit more olive oil. Just so it won't burn. And you want to cook it on a very low heat. See, it's very low. And the reason why I call it slow death, you want it slow death to slowly dissipate into that oil. Okay, and I'm going to get some roasted peppers now to add to this mixture. Okay, so we got some nice Mancini roasted peppers. We got a few out here on the cutting board. I'm going to chop those up into nice little cubes, and we'll add that to the mix. Okay, so we got that going. The roasted peppers. And, we got one more over here, straggler. And let's see, where is my wooden spoon? Get that going nice. Very slow. Very slow. We don't want to rush this. And, oh God, does that smell good. Wow. Whew. The garlic and the rum, and the olive oil and the roasted peppers. And now you can see the rice is really coming into play here. It's absorbing that last cup of chicken broth. So that's going nicely. Okay, so we've added in some mushrooms. And again, this is optional. You don't have to, but I kind of like mushrooms, so I think it gives a nice flavor. And the mushroom will absorb this sauce. So when you eat right into the mushroom, you'll really get a good flavor of that sauce. Okay, so we got that going. And at this point, I could probably go in and add a little salt. I'm going to add a little salt, a little pepper, and something that really brings out, I've noticed, picked it up, is the celery flakes. A lot of flavor in celery. I'm going to add a little bit of that too. And so salt, pepper, and celery flake. Okay, so we got that nice sauce going with the chilies. And it's not a traditional picante sauce because there's no mushrooms in it, but we'll call it picante sauce with mushrooms. How do you like that? And we got our rice, okay, and that seems to be doing very good. So we're in good shape there. Okay, keep that going so it absorbs all that fluid. Alright, and now we have our meat, and we're going to slowly add that in. So that absorbs all the flavor and adds flavor to it in the same instant. Okay. So we got that going. Okay, so that rice is just starting to stick to the bottom. So it's pretty much absorbed all the fluid. I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes. And off the heat, shut it down so it won't burn on the bottom. And I have my meat mix with all the good stuff, and I'm going to add that to this bowl. Wow, does that smell good. Okay, so here's what that mixture looks like with the rice added, and mix it up good so you get a little flavor of all that flavor. Okay, so we got the cabbage. Okay, we're going to open that up. What you need is a big pot of water. I'm going to get that to a rolling boil. We're going to add some salt and a little oil in there, and we're going to cook the cabbage for 5 minutes just to blanch it, to soften those leaves up so they're a little pliable and they can easily be rolled. Okay, very important. Okay, so this is what our cabbage looks like. Very nice, and it's a Savoy cabbage. That's something my father taught me. Always use Savoy. Okay, got about 2 minutes to go. You can see the cabbage is cooking nicely. I want to just give that a little turn very gently. Okay, so that cooks nice and even. Okay. Okay, just about done. Timer's coming down. That off. Shut that off. Cover off. Oh, you can smell that. Beautiful. Nice cabbage. And I'm going to take that out nice and gently and safely without getting burnt, and put it on this nice plate right here and let it cool off. Okay, so you're going to take the leaf we have here, and you're going to cut down where the stem portion is, just to make a little V. So that makes it easier when you're trying to roll it. Okay, and you're basically just going to roll these like you would do like tortilla. Okay, and let's get a spoon for our stuffing. Okay, and the leaf itself has a little oil on it from when we cooked it. Okay, and we're going to get that stuffing and kind of just put it right in the center. couple of scoops is good. Again, you don't want to over or understuff it. Okay, and we're going to get some of our, like we mentioned, feta cheese, and put a little bit of that on top. I didn't mix it in because I wasn't sure how much I wanted to put. Delicious. So I'm going to fold this over, okay, then the ends come in, okay, and then over again, and then you could put toothpicks in here, but I don't. I just kind of put it in the pan like that, okay. Okay, so here's a little overhead shot of what this looks like when you have to leave, and like you say, cut out that last real thick part of the stem. I could have caught it out when I was cooking it, but I like to leave it on so it kind of helps hold the cabbage together. Then I put our mix, crumble up some feta cheese. As I say, everything tastes better with feta. And then we just roll these up like a taco and like a tortilla, and just put them in this pan. Okay, one thing I wanted to point out was I'm about halfway into my pan now. And you can see my my cabbage head's getting small, but doesn't mean necessarily that the leaf will get smaller. You can see this nice beautiful leaf came from like midway through the cabbage head, so that's a good thing about cabbage. The leaves can be big on the inside as well as the out. Okay, so we filled our pan. You can see it come out really nice, and we're going to take some of that sauce, put it over the top. And we're going to take some of this Pecorino Romano cheese, Parmigiano, and just kind of grate that over the top. And then we're gonna, the oven is all preheated at 350, and we'll get that going. Now, we do have some leftover, and you might ask, well, what do I do with the leftover? Well, if you have somebody named Wolfgang who loves hamburg and rice, he would just love to have some. So we'll go hook up Wolfgang with some of that and mix it in with his dry food and see how he goes, if he likes it. Go ahead, Wolfgang. You like that? Oh. A little spicy? He's eating it though. Oh yeah, he likes that. I think he's going after it because it's got rum in it. Is that good? Good stuff? Yep, tail's going. So, it's a winner. Another winner. Okay, so we're going to get some of this nice sauce. Okay. Mix that up nice. Just kind of spoon it over the top. These beautiful stuffed cabbage leaves. Now, these aren't Hungarian, these are Italian. With a little hint of Greek feta, so we'll call it European. How's that? I did taste it, just so you know, it's not hot at all. It just has a little spice to it, not a lot. I would never do that to Wolfgang. Give him something that's so hot it would bother him. And there's no need to cover this because as it cooks, it's just going to kind of bubble up, so it really won't dry out. And then we're going to add this nice Parmesan on top, a little Parmesan flavor. How do I even like to put this on my salad? It is expensive though, so I'm thinking maybe one of these days I'll just make my own. So that's what that looks like. It's going to go in the oven. And we'll put it on for 20 minutes. And we'll check that out when it's done. Well, looks like Wolfie just about wiped it right out. He's looking for more. I think he liked it. Well, we called that one pretty good. That's all that's left of the stuffing. So keep that in the fridge and can have that for later. There's our nice stuffed cabbage that just came out of the oven, and we'll let that cool off, and then we'll put it in the refrigerator, let it get nice and cold, and then we'll divvy it up, keep some out for the week, and then freeze the rest.